One of the most important things when it comes to succeeding as a small creator is packaging your videos correctly. And while a lot of people know that the title and the thumbnail are very important in getting people to actually click on and watch your videos, a lot of people don't really know the best ways to approach a title and thumbnail. And also a lot of people think that packaging a video stops at the title and thumbnail. So today I thought I would walk us through some best practices when it comes to packaging a video as a small creator.
Let's look at my most recent video, for example. So the thumbnail for this video is what I would call a result thumbnail, I guess. It's showing the before and the after. In this case, the before is like what Mario 3 used to be when it was boring and on the NES. And then the after is, look at how exciting it is now that it's on the GBA. So that's that sort of contrast between what was and what is, or what could be. That makes for a really, really compelling thumbnail. It's also something that I tried to capture with the newer thumbnail for my How to Finally Beat Your Backlog video. Because originally, this was the thumbnail for that video, and after a while of the stats not quite being what I wanted them to be, I had a talk with some of my creator friends and kind of realized this doesn't really represent that video very well. It's a well-made thumbnail. I don't dislike this thumbnail at all. I tried to use rule of thirds, so if you had the little grid, I am in line with the left-hand side of the grid, these are in line with the right-hand side of the grid. It's a well-made thumbnail. It's got decent composition. It's probably got a little bit too much like blank space going on if we really want to nitpick it, but it didn't represent the video that I was making nearly as well as not that thumbnail. That one's bad. That one's really bad. I tend to make a fair few thumbnails before I nail one down, and I'm feeling confident enough to have one be like the one I launched the video with. But this one was actually, I made this after the fact, after the stats weren't doing great. But yeah, this is another example of a result thumbnail. It shows you the before, with the pile that the video talks about a lot, and then the after with a PlayStation trophy, because it signifies that you've completed the task, which is, you know, getting through your backlog. So yeah, making sure the thumbnail in particular matches what you want the video to be is really, really important. If it doesn't represent the content of the video, then it's not a successful thumbnail. But the title is equally important in that. The title for this Mario video, What's the Best Classic 2D Mario Remake? It actually took me a little while to settle on that. This was suggested by my friend Nikus, and initially I had the title for this video as something like the best and worst classic Mario remakes. And I definitely think that would have gotten the point across, but not quite as well as this one, because this video is about playing through all of the classic Mario remakes and then deciding which one is the best and seeing what we can learn from that. So the title, What's the Best Classic 2D Mario Remake? That represents that video premise perfectly, in my opinion. Let's say that you have a title and thumbnail combo that you think perfectly represents your video. How do you make sure that the thumbnail in particular is going to work before you upload the video? Well, let me introduce you to a little website called thumbsup.tv. This is effectively a YouTube thumbnail preview tool. So I'm gonna toggle dark mode because I like things in dark mode. So yeah, this basically allows you to drop a thumbnail image into the site, and it'll show you what it looks like in different instances on YouTube. So you can see it, the biggest it'll be, which is on a channel page and large, and you can see it at the smallest it'll ever be, which, oh my god, oh, that's the original image. Okay. Which one's the smallest? Is it watch later list? It is watch later list. So there you go. You can see the thumbnail as small as it'll get and as big as it'll get. And it also shows you on different devices, which I think is really, really cool. And what this allows you to do is basically make sure that what you're trying to communicate comes through at the different sizes that viewers are going to see your thumbnail at. Because, you know, seeing a thumbnail like full screen, can I full screen this? I promise I am a professional. Oh, it's a slideshow now. Oh, fantastic. But yeah, sitting and editing a thumbnail on a full-size screen display is all well and good, but then you can make something that absolutely doesn't work on YouTube where it's going to be found. So this is a great tool for that, and I also really appreciate that they let you toggle dark mode, because something crazy like 80% of YouTube users use dark mode. So if you're making a dark thumbnail, then it's probably not going to stand out very much. And that's maybe an issue that this thumbnail has, particularly on like the left-hand side of the image. So I mentioned that there is more to packaging a video than just the title and thumbnail, and I really did mean that. For me personally, one of the biggest tools I use to market a video is actually shorts. If we take a look at the shorts section of my channel, there are a fair few. And you'll notice a trend. These most recent, 6? They're all promoting the ranking Mario video. Which classic 2D Mario remake is best? Was this collection actually good? Finally playing Mario All-Stars? These are all specifically tied in to that big video. And as you can see from the view counts, they're definitely increasing exposure to that video. And you know, I format these shorts in a very particular way where at the end of the short, I'm doing a little bit saying like, if you want to know how this game ranks compared to the other ones, then watch the full video. I have the related video set for the long form content. And I also have it linked in the description. And this isn't a new thing that I've done. I've done it with the backlog video. I did it with the Five Nights at Freddy's security breach video. I did it a little bit with the kickstand video from last year. And it's a really fascinating example of how long form and short form content, while completely different, can work in tandem and can enhance each other. Again, look at these view counts on the shorts. 15,000 views, 12,000 views, 7,000 views. That is getting your long form video so much extra engagement and so much visibility. It's only natural that the views on that main video are going to increase because of it. You know, looking at the stats, 11% of viewers is apparently, so like nearly 500 views on this video is from shorts. And you know, that's not a particularly huge percentage, 11%. That's not, you know, it's significant, but it's not the most significant thing in the world. But when you're getting that many eyes to even just be aware of the video, it can't be a bad thing to do. And the best thing you can do is honestly to just plan these in advance. I had all of these and the few more that I have still yet to publish and to schedule. I had all of those prepared and ready to go. I, at the very least, had them scripted and recorded before the main video went out, but I had most of them fully edited and rendered and ready to go. And I'd recommend trying to release them daily. I've done this with all of the promotional shorts actually. The Five Nights at Freddy's security breach ones, I did those daily. There was only 4, but I still released them every day after the video had released. For the backlog video, I did the exact same thing. They were daily, every day after the video released, and then the exact same thing has happened with the Mario video. And the benefits of doing them daily is essentially that you can consistently have new eyes put on your content. So it's every day it's a fresh wave of people that might click on the video and watch the long form content. It's just rolling the dice as many times as you can and hoping that it works for you. So until recently, that was pretty much how I marketed a video, but a couple of weeks ago, a good friend of the channel, Joe Frederick, you may know him as one of the people I edit for, he actually told me about one of the strategies that he uses to help market his videos, and that is YouTube community posts. These are genuinely a game changer, alright? So my video, as we've already discussed a fair few times at this point, was about ranking the classic 2D Mario games, seeing which one was best and what we can learn from all of those games. So what I started doing a little while before release, I released one that was like just showing a couple of screenshots from the video and just saying like, hey, this video's coming soon, get excited about it. And then I started running a series of polls. And what I did with this poll is I effectively gave the structure of this video to my audience. I said, here's the games that I'm talking about, you know, the classic NES Mario Brothers, Mario Advance 2, so on and so forth. Here's the game, here's the tiers, where would you put it? And this got a lot of people interested. I mean, you know, the votes are still in the double digits because I'm still a very small channel, but that's a lot of data that I can use, and it also gets people aware of the video before it's even out. So let's say, for argument's sake, every single one of these votes was from a different person, right? Accumulatively, there's about 200 to 300 votes across these polls. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that all 200 to 300 of those people were unique. None of them voted on multiple polls. That's 200 to 300 people who now know, hey, this video's coming. I would rank Mario Advance in B or C tier. I wonder where he would rank it. And then when the video eventually comes out, they have much more reason to watch the video. And something that Joe does a lot, which I unfortunately wasn't able to do because I picked up on this strategy too late into this video's production cycle, but what Joe does is he actually includes the results from the polls in his video in some way. So an example of how I could have done this is in the section talking about Super Mario All-Stars, I could have said, according to my audience, the best one is Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. The best version or release of that game is the plus Super Mario World version. And that is a fantastic thing to be able to do. And I'll tell you exactly why. YouTube viewers love community. They love to feel involved in the process of a video. They love to feel like they're part of what's going on. And so by giving them input and then using that input in the video, that really helps to cultivate a strong connection with your audience. This poll, for example, I asked if Super Mario Advance 3 counts as a classic 2D Mario remake because it's a remake of Yoshi's Island. I don't count that to be a Mario game, and apparently 26% of my audience, or at least the participants of this poll, they would agree with me. They would say that it doesn't count, and I could have used that in the video and said 26% of my audience do not think that this counts, therefore I'm not going to include it in the video. And that just gets people involved in the content. It makes their contributions feel valued, and it gives you an extra bit of leverage in the video making process. I'm very new to using polls to help market a video, but it's definitely something that I'm going to be doing more often. Community posts are going to become a regular part of my strategy, and I would really, really recommend that you do the same thing. If you can combine strong thumbnails and titles with promotional shorts and community posts that help give your community input on the video and you use that input in the video, I genuinely think you have a recipe for success. I think that that's the reason why this Ranking Mario video has almost 4,000 views. If we go by most popular, this is my third most popular video in 6 days. And I genuinely think that a large part of that is because of the way I marketed it. I nailed the title, I nailed the thumbnail, and I had the 2 sets of promotional content to go alongside it. And I think if you also use this strategy, you will begin to find the success that you want to find on YouTube. And if nothing else, it gives your audience more. It keeps you in their heads. If I'm releasing a short and a poll every single day, then people aren't going to forget the name Rock, okay? I'm gonna be showing up in their feeds all the goddamn time. And eventually, I think that'll translate to successful videos. If you do end up trying any of these things, the promotional shorts to help tie into the videos and the polls, then please feel free to let me know. Let me know how that worked for you and if it was something that you enjoyed and you could see yourself using again in the future. Hopefully that gave you a decent insight into some things that you could be trying when it comes to marketing your videos.